This is actually a BladeShow video, if you can believe it or not. BladeShow 2025. So what do knives have to do with mountain biking? Racing for the day's dying light. Pretty much nothing and everything at the same time. At least as far as the way that I see it. Don't let the sun go down on me. BladeShow 2025, and I am making a beeline for JD's Custom Knives. Thanks, man.
You like trout?
Yes, you're the first booth.
Yeah, this is the brookie. We had mahis and rainbows too, but we got rid of those yesterday.
This
brook trout's my favorite fish.
My stepmom is a quilter,
okay,
and I've used your designs.
Oh,
like make a quilt with that.
Yeah,
that
awesome.
that deconstructed.
Send me a picture of that.
You know, well, she hasn't done it yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I keep telling her, like,
yeah,
come on.
I would love a quilt in that, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be your signature look.
Yeah, I'd hang it like back here. So I have
We're buying that. First booth, I went immediately to it. I've been crushing on this for a long time, and it's going in my pocket.
It's gonna charge me.
Yeah, yes.
I bought the hell out of that knife. I've been wanting that knife for 2 years. Now I'm looking for Knives by Nuge. I love this show. This is my second grail. I already bought one grail.
Oh, yeah?
I'm saying it's cool how you got it right there.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the crowd is making protection. That's tough. So they're angry.
Too many options.
There's only two Capt Rikki.
That's Captain Rikki's logo and then Tom's logo.
Do some Texas shit.
I'm doing it. It's this one. I thought I was doing one of these. I ended up doing this one. That's the hometown knife shop, Old Town Cutlery. Love these guys.
On Mondays and Fridays, pick up whatever batch.
Old Town Cutlery exclusive with GEC.
Monday like that.
Yeah, I can get a hold of someone up there too or something like that.
Very nice.
I live all the way to the Grange.
Okay.
So I'm like a couple.
All right, 2 Grail knives in the bag. I am done buying knives today. But I am gonna go find the folks at PNW Bushcraft. And I'll probably get something from them. I am a sucker for PNW Bushcraft. Take my money. Found it. PNW Bushcraft. Go buy their stuff. Buy a lot of it. It's awesome. This. And I bought one of those with the Death Bunny. And I got some patches. Everyone should own an EDC tray. Or 5.
So it's typically good after.
All right, guys, I'll put you on the spot now. Wave.
Push it out and just rotate it.
Folding field sharpener from Work Sharp. Ceramic, diamond, pocket clip. Don't worry, Dad, you're getting one. And I feel like I've been cheating on my first loves, Case and White River. So we're gonna see what's going on at White River. Easily one of my favorites. I got one of these last Blade Show, the M1. Next on my grail list is one of those guys. Man, look at that. Case Knives. Shout out to Brent Reeves.
So if you don't know, Brent Reeves hosts This Country Life. It's a podcast on the Meat Eater Podcast Network, and he is a Case Knives enthusiast. Go check him out.
I wasn't recording.
Now you can go. There you go, guys.
That's all I needed.
Big idea design. Do I get the titanium bead?
Yes.
Send it! All kinds of goodies.
That's the last one.
So I already have one of these in the trout pattern, and I love it. And you'd be amazed at how much you use this little guy. Super cool knife. Get one if you don't have one. And I had to get that little bead.
I'm a huge fan of what Exodus Knife and Tool and White River Knives do together. I really, really like that Adventure Craft line of knives. And Jacob's style and scales, just kind of the aesthetic and the creativity that he brings to these knives is really cool. So cheers and kudos to him, and definitely do check them out if you haven't already.
So Georgia Bushcraft put on a scavenger hunt whereby you go to all the different booths and check out what they're doing. It's super smart. I promised myself I wasn't going to say super as much as I normally do. It's very cool. It's very smart. So I'm just kind of cruising through and checking out all these different makers. Who knows, maybe I win something. I do pretty well on the raffle. And they already got 2 of my Grail knives. I'm very happy with my purchases. My bank account's not, but I am. I also sent my Bushcraft Kelso leather awl, or Bushcraft awl. I sent that out for a sheath. I really want to carry that and use it, but I also don't want it to end up in my guts. So I sent it out for a little custom sheath. I'm excited about that. Grim Workshop, survival cards.
And this is the one.
And I'm gonna pick up a couple.
I had a lot of fun visiting with the folks at Grim Workshop, and they were incredibly encouraging. I introduced myself, I told them a little bit about my channel and what I was doing, and they just gave me a lot of encouragement. I picked up the Bushcraft Kelso card and the signature Grim Workshop card. And of course, here in a second, there's the new Firefly, which they launched with the show. It's a fire steel and a ferro rod and a cutting edge. So thanks again, guys. Great seeing you.
Grim Workshop. First one. There we go. This is going to be fun, guys. So I'm here at the Very Good Knife Co. booth, and easily one of my standouts today is this guy. He's fat carbon, right?
Yes, sir. Fat carbon nebula.
Look at that.
So thanks to Georgia Bushcraft and their scavenger hunt, I got turned on to Very Good Knife Company, and I just loved what I saw. So I didn't actually buy a knife from them this year, but hey guys, if I see you at the fall gathering in Watkinsville, there's a really good chance that I'm going to walk away with one of your pieces in my pocket. Great work, and great meeting you.
This thing feels awesome. I've already spent my budget. But these guys are right up the road in Cleveland, Georgia. And I just had to share. I just had to share. These knives, look at this guy. Hollow grind like that. It's just super nice. Oh yeah. Wow.
Like that grip tech, huh?
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet, isn't it? Like I said, the black, you can't really see the little flecks of rubber, but I mean, you can sure feel them. They're very exposed.
And so you feel the rubber. What's holding the rubber?
It's a resin.
A resin with rubber. Wow, that is.
It's full of those little specks of rubber.
That is ninja right there, man.
And it's black.
I liked it. We actually got a good bottle of it.
Have you been to Bardstown?
No, we haven't been to any of them.
Very good knife company. This is Dirk Sheath, and I'm doing this for myself as a note to self. You got yourself Molly cutouts that you put over your Kydex, so now you got a Molly Kydex sheath. So this is a note to myself to buy one of these. This is smart. Full Tang Tactical or Dirk? Full Tang Tactical. Dirk sheath. That is one of the smartest things I've seen today. I wish I could do that. Nice. T.Kell Knives. Right here in Georgia.
That's right. He's got a whip back here. He cracks it when we do slow.
It's like give it time.
Very nice. I need these more than anybody else. So the day's getting a little long for me, but I'm just trying to see everything. And I came upon these from Mike Zerny, and budget is exhausted, but I just love these. They just kind of jumped out at me as I was walking by. And I'm not gonna stress the action one more time, but Mike Zerny, really beautiful knives, and just wanted to share. So by no measure will this video be exhaustive. There's so much to see, and obviously so much to buy here, and so many makers that even non-knife people would recognize. But the truth is, I just wanted to come here with a purpose, kind of find the things that I was looking for, ask the questions that I wanted to ask, and walk out with my grail knives that I wanted. So that was a great blade show for me. I'm not sure that my wallet would agree. But I walked out basically with two of my personal grail knives, certainly one of them, that Brookie from JD Customs and Joe is just incredible. Walking out, there's a pretty nasty thunderstorm rolling through. So I'm just ducking the rain. But I also got a knife from Knives by Nuge. It too is incredible, and it's gonna age at patina, something spectacular. Off in the distance, you can see the home of the Atlanta Braves. They're not doing as good as I did today. And that's a nasty storm cloud coming through. It'd be awesome if I get a tornado, I'll go viral. I'm kidding, that was a joke, actually a bad joke. You don't want to be out in this stuff. You really don't. I'm feeling kind of conspicuous. standing upright in the middle of a parking deck. So what does all this have to do with BladeShow 2025? It's actually pretty simple. I raced home, I got on my mountain bike, I went out and I did the thing so that I could earn the day and I'll pick up my trash. It's kind of the words that I'm living by. And I happen to be inside the perimeter of Atlanta right now. This is Murphy Candler Park. I hustled maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles on the Wyatt Bicycles mountain bike, just to kind of put a finishing touch on my BladeShow video. I've had a ton of issues, a ton of technical problems recording it. My mics went down. I had to get some new mics or replace the mics that I had. The weather here has been atrocious, and I had big plans. The plan was to go out to the Chattahoochee and kind of talk about, you know, what I picked up and kind of where these fit in my overall, you know, mindset and just how I see things and how I see knives and where they fit in my life. And like I said, so many issues, so many problems. I'll cut into some of the footage, but the audio was horrible. I've had issues with audio since I started this channel, and hopefully I have it figured out. But nevertheless, here I am, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how I see these and where they fit in. And I also don't want to scare the folks that are out on an evening walk. So you can probably tell, right here I've got the Wicket XL Captain's Edition, AEBL steel, ironwood scales. I want to get this right. Badger claw sheath, of course, with the DCC clip. I really like these clips. I tied my own lanyard with a Big Idea Design titanium bead, which you'll see in the video. And this thing has just grown on me something incredible. I want to be careful where I pull this video up, or this knife out. You can't see that. It's all going to be backlit. Again, chalk that up to a problem. I'll show you in a different angle. But this thing, I love it more and more every time I pocket it. And Nuge, I hope that I'm a good customer. I hope you see this video, and I hope I'm not too much of a pain in the ass. And then, of course, this has kind of been a grail for me. I love trout fishing, and the brookie is native to the state of Georgia with the bead. This is CPM Magna Cut steel blade, the handmade scales. You can even see the pins kind of come through here, and they're just amazing. Great Kydex sheath, and these are both going to be, you know, riding with me on a daily basis. Like a lot of you, I'm really kind of going for the fixed blade in pocket these days, and this is already kind of wearing in this sheath. I just love this so much, and believe it or not, for as big as it is, it actually sits really pretty nicely in the pocket. And of course, last but not least, there's a knife in here. Best Damn EDC tin, you know, Altoids type tin. Got your Wazoo card. And my baby little Knafs lander for just kind of processing a little tinder. I love this. This is cool and useful. It's not just a keyring knife for me. Sometimes the best knife that you can get is the one that you have in your pocket. Tucked down in there, we have a Grimm Workshop Firefly, and I'm going to put that to work as well. I don't know if you can see that. This is brand new. It's a ferro rod, kind of tucked in there behind this glow-in-the-dark handle. So those are the 3 knives that I got at BladeShow 2025, and that's kind of the story on my video that just refused to get made. But I wanted to talk about them and how I see these. I'm not a collector, and I'm certainly not an expert. I'm not a metallurgist, or I'm just not an expert. I'm just you know, a guy that really gets enthusiastic about this stuff. But we talk a lot about knives being tools, and I've decided that I don't think we should call them tools anymore. Knives are knives. Knives, of course, they're tools, but they also inspire. They also, you know, can kind of stoke the imagination. They can give you an idea on a day, and then you can go out and accomplish something. There's a reason why there are massive trade shows and conventions dedicated to blades, and it's not because they're tools. So, you know, like a lot of folks at one point in time, I kind of thought, well, knives are tools. No, knives are knives that maybe happen to be tools. So that's kind of my ramble on how I see these things. But I literally can see one of these knives, or any knives in my collection. The White River Firecraft 7 comes to mind. I can wake up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, look at that knife, and the inspiration of that piece of craft and manufacturing can inspire my entire day. It can give me the idea, you know, in terms of where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do when I get there. You know, my screwdriver doesn't do that. So that's my feeling on knives. Yeah, knives are knives. They're not tools, or at least they are, but maybe we should, you know, respect them as such. Last but not least, PNW Bushcraft. This is a fixed blade roll, which is cool, but this will kind of turn into my camp tool roll. Kind of see how I got a fire kit down here, and of course you can take, you know, your roll, wrap it around a tree, tie it to your tree, and you just have kind of a nice little, you know, little HQ. But there you go, Murphy Candler Park. I wanted to get here and kind of cap off this video. Got some wild raspberries like right there. I would not suggest eating them. And if you're curious, I did kind of scope this area for snakes, the nasty kinds, because we do have them. Got your geese. They'll probably attack me any minute now. So it's hard to believe, but some of you folks that are maybe seeing this have never been to a blade show Atlanta, and maybe haven't even seen a video on YouTube. There's some incredible YouTube videos, great interviews from the makers, being interviewed by folks that know them and know their story and just have, you know, a lot of background. Highly recommend just doing a quick Google search if maybe going to Blade Show is something that you want to check out, making a trip out of it. Because then you kind of have a sense for what it is a little bit, and can plan accordingly. It can be as big and expensive as you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be, especially when you let your activity determine what you purchase. When you do that, you'll never really waste money. You might spend a little bit more of it, but you won't waste it. The only gear that I've ever regretted have been things that I just didn't use. The expensive pieces of gear, if they're getting used, I don't care. I save up for them. I get them and I enjoy them and I take care of them. So just let your activity and your plan inform your purchase, and you'll come out roses. But highly recommend just a lot of these content creators videos. Maybe I'll link to some in the description, because there's just some great information out there. And it's really entertaining. It beats Netflix, I can tell you that.
And there you have it. That is my Blade Show 2025 recap video. This is the banks of the Chattahoochee River at Island Ford in Sandy Springs. There was no way I was not going to use this footage. I worked kind of hard on it. So thanks again to all the makers, and for taking the time to speak with me. Thanks for being so gracious with a camera in your face from a stranger that you don't know. I did reach out to BladeShow, and I did ask all of the makers if it was okay for me to film, and they all said yes. And again, very gracious and appreciated. Get outside, buy the knife, and do the thing. That's the theme of this. And you know, I'm an enthusiast. I'm by no measure an expert on knives or knife making. I'm not an expert in content creation, for that matter, if I'm being honest. But it means a lot that I get to share this with everybody, and it adds kind of a layer to my endeavors that I'm really enjoying. So with that, I'm gonna roll into some other kind of B-roll, some footage and some designs and some you know, gear that I want to show off, and I'm just not going to talk. So have a look at that, and if you wouldn't mind, drop a like or a subscribe. It would mean the world to me. It really would. It just shows me that someone's paying attention to this, and that's pretty cool. It's a little baby channel, but we'll get there eventually. So that's it for now, and like I always say, do the thing, earn the day, and pick up your trash. Cheers.
So I'm back for day 3 of the show, day 2 for me. Fun fact, I don't trust people that stand still on escalators.
Absolutely sharp.